If you're still struggling to break free from debt, tired of going paycheck to paycheck, there is a booster sauce for that problem, and I will be talking about some of the ingredients. Hello, my name is Luis Rivera. A quick disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor, so this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Thank you for being here. Okay, let's talk about budget. Yeah, today we're going to be talking about budget and why is it important to work a budget. I think having a budget, a household budget, is really important because having a budget is like putting boundaries to your expenses, to how much you can spend every week. If you get paid every week, you get a check every week, and you have to put boundaries to that money. Like, where is that money gonna go? Like, to make sure that the money doesn't go just to a certain place, to make sure that you can distribute that money correctly, and also you can use the money wisely. That's pretty much why it's so important to have a budget. And for a long time, I didn't really understand what having a budget was because I found it so simple that I was like, what's the difference? What's the point of having a budget? But when we created the budget and we started using it, then I was able to see the difference. Because before using a budget, we didn't really know where we were spending the money. Once we had the budget, then we knew that we were paying this much for the bills, electricity, water, internet. We were paying this much for loans, and we were using this much money for restaurants. So basically, the budget put a limit to how much money we were gonna use every week, and that was something that we decided that we were gonna spend that much money, right? After analyzing how much money we were spending every month in food, then adjusting that number to a more realistic number, so that way we are not overspending, then we were able to stick to that number. And every week, when we work our budget, we make sure that we only get that much money for that expense, which is food, and and then we use that money. And if we use that money like at the very beginning of the week, then for the rest of the week we don't have more money for restaurants. Or if we wait until Thursday or Friday to go out and use the money in restaurant, that's okay. We know that once we get the following paycheck, we'll just do the whole thing all over again. So it basically put boundaries to your expenses, to your ways of spending money, to your habits, and that keeps you online to continue working towards your goals. Let's say if you are trying to save money for a house down payment, let's say that you decided that it is time to go ahead and start looking for that dream house, and you will need some down payment. So how am I going to get that money? So working the budget allows you to spend a specific number every week, and you create a line that is saving for a down payment, and you start adding to that saving account or envelope or whatever it is, and you gotta do it every week. And since every week you work in your budgeting your budgeting sheet, you make sure that every week that portion of money is going towards that goal of getting some down payment money saved up. So that's why it's so important to have budgeting, and not just only to have the budget sheet, to also work it every week, every time that we get paid, to work that budget sheet, and to make sure that we're sticking to our word of only spending the number of dollars that we have assigned for that specific expense. Also, one other thing that we have found out that is um, pretty cool, that helps us a lot, is paying bills. When you're working your budgeting, your budget sheet every week, since we are checking and making sure that every bill is paid on time, on the date that we have it on our budget sheet, then those bills do get paid on time because we make sure that they do. And let's say for whatever reason, one example, let's say you change a debit card and now you got a debit card with a different number. Let's say that you lost your wallet, you lost your debit card, you call your bank, hey, I lost my debit card, can you send me another one? So they send you another one with a different number, different information. And then you forgot that you had to change all that information to the auto pay for every bill. And guess what? If you forget that, then, and if you don't check if you don't do your budgeting every week, then you will find out that you will have late fees because the payment didn't go through, because you changed the bank information and you didn't update it on the website for electricity, the electricity company or whatever. So those are the things that we can avoid by doing this weekly finances meeting, whatever you want to call it, and checking your household budget, working it every week will help you. And it will make sure, basically the budget will make sure that you do what you said that you were going to do, that you save as much as you said that you were going to save, and that you are not overspending. Because every time that you check that the car insurance bill went through, every time you do that, then there's this one time that you see that the number boop, went up like big time. You're like, what happened over here? Then you can go back and check the previous budget sheets. You know how much you're spending every month on car insurance, and now it's higher, and you're like, whoa, what happened? Then you realize that they actually, move the prices up. And if you're not okay with that, then you can start shopping around. But if you don't find out, then you will go month after month after month, paying a higher number for your car insurance without even knowing, because they don't tell you, they don't ask you for permission to like move the prices up, they just do it. So those are the things that is really important to have a method that you use every week, a budgeting process, and that will help. That will help with all your goals, saving money, making sure that you're paying everything. And like I said, if you are on time with every payment that you have, also your credit score will get better. You will make sure that you're checking your debts and that you're paying off your debts. Everything is done when you're checking your budget sheet every week. So that's why it's so important to do it. Yeah. So budgeting, that's the word for today, and that we have to do it. We want to have changes in our lives, and we want our finances to change for the better. Then we have to change. We have to start doing the things that we haven't been doing. And this budgeting process, this is really cool, and it works. So yeah, go ahead and keep doing that. I know that you are already doing it, and that you're already seeing that it works. You see the difference, like you go 1, 2, 3 months, and then you see, whoa, this is actually working, and you don't feel lost anymore, because you don't feel like you don't know whether you have money, whether you're overspending. You don't have the frustration. You know exactly what you're doing when you're doing the budgeting. You know exactly how much money you have to spend for this. You know all those things. And so knowing gives you that confidence, makes you feel good. You don't feel lost. So yeah, let's keep working our budgeting sheet, and yeah, good luck. until next time, go out there and keep bettering your life.